హాయ్ అందరికీ నమస్కారం. అతి తొందరలో ఒక సినిమా మనందరి ముందుకి మనందరినీ పలకరించడానికి ఎంటర్టైన్ చేయడానికి మన ముందుకు వచ్చేసింది. దాని సినిమా పేరే కడువ. ఇంతకీ కడువ ఏంటి అనుకుంటున్నారా? అయితే దీన్ని మలయాళంలో టైగర్ అని పిలుస్తూ ఉంటారట. కానీ తెలుగులో దీనికి అర్థం ఏంటి అనేది నేను పెదబాల శిక్ష అనేది చూడాలన్నమాట. అదర్వైజ్ నాకు తెలియదు. బట్ ఇది ఆర్ క్యారెక్టర్ నేమ్. సో అందులో కనిపించే హీరో ఎప్పుడు కనిపించినా ప్రేక్షకులకి సినిమా లవర్స్కి చాలా చాలా హ్యాపీనెస్ని ఇస్తూ ఉంటారు. బికాజ్ హీ షోస్ డిఫరెంట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ అనమాట. తనే పృథ్వీరాజ్ సుకుమారన్. ఎస్, ఆయన నాతో పాటు ఉన్నారు అలాంగ్ విత్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ యాక్ట్రెస్. అమ్మో, నాకు తెలిసి భీమ్లా నాయక్ తర్వాత ఈ అమ్మాయి ఫోన్ మోగుతూనే ఉండుంటుంది, ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లైన్లో వస్తూనే ఉండుంటాయి. తనే సంయుక్త మీనన్ అనమాట. సో వీరిద్దరు మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి ఈ సినిమా గురించి మాట్లాడదాం రండి. హలో, ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్. I'm a little fast, more or less, okay.
The speed doesn't matter because I just pick up the keywords. So I think I got most of it. Yeah.
I'm very, very, very happy. So ఎందుకంటే మీరు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారు. We are very happy to have you here, both of you. So firstly, congratulations. Telugu audience also waiting for this film actually.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. It's nice to be here. It's nice to finally start this process of being able to communicate with audience across states personally. I hope to keep doing this for my films in the future, and this is the start of what is hopefully going to be the new norm now. So
already make ikkada views fan following undi.
Yeah. Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
I get a lot of
Prithviraj Sukumaran, everybody knows this name actually.
It should be true because I didn't get tickets for GeneralNews for 2 weekends.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for GeneralNews because GeneralNews did very, very well in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, especially in Hyderabad. It did very, very well. Right. I mean, I know the numbers because I'm the producer of the film also. So thank you so much for the love towards Janaganamana. And I would have done this actually for Janaganamana.
Okay.
We had this 3-film deal that we started in 2020. One was Janaganamana, next is Kaduva, third is Gold with Alphonse Putran. So ideally I would have started doing this process with Janaganamana, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic and everything, the release of Janaganamana got pushed so much that finally when it released, I was shooting in Algeria and I couldn't stop shoot and come. But anyway, I mean, Kaduva is releasing and we are starting this now. And it feels great to actually come and speak to the audience, directly. Rather than, over phone, you give an interview to a Telugu publication.
Now hello, I'm here.
Yeah. At least.
Can you see me?
Now it feels like you're speaking to them directly.
Yeah, because I don't have to answer questions. Set law, they ask. Okay. Because according to them, imagine.
Arey, you know Telugu, please speak in Telugu.
No, kade. Okay, sorry.
Enna chat avvo chat only.
Chat agada.
Okay. I'm deleting it.
Prithvi garidi oka movie Lucifer remake చిరంజీవి గారితో అండ్ దెన్ తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ కి ఒక మూవీ అయ్యప్పన్ కోశం పవన్ సార్ చేశాను, రానా చేశాను
అండ్ ఒరిజినల్ వర్షన్ హీ
అండ్ దే లైక్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ దే కెప్ట్ ఆస్కింగ్ మీ have you seen driving license? I was like, are you asking me?
Twice, I really loved the film. Oh my god.
And నేను ఇప్పుడు వెంకీ అట్లూరి డైరెక్షన్ లో ధనుష్ మూవీ చేస్తున్నాను సార్ వాతి అని. వెంకీ గారు లైక్స్ లూసిఫర్ అండ్
డ్రైవింగ్ లైసెన్స్.
యా ఎవ్రీ అదర్ డే హి విల్ బి లైక్ లూసిఫర్
ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ తీసుకున్నారు ఇక్కడ నుంచి.
అందరికి చాలా ఇష్టం యాక్చువల్లీ.
రైట్ యాజ్ ఐ మెన్షన్ ఇన్ ఇంట్రో, లైక్ అంటే ఏ స్క్రిప్ట్ చూస్ చేసుకున్నా డిఫరెంట్ వేలో ఉంటుంది ఆ స్క్రిప్ట్. పృథ్వీరాజ్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక స్క్రిప్ట్ వస్తుంది అంటే పీపుల్ ఆర్ అంటే ఈగర్లీ వెయిట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, మరి సంథింగ్ న్యూ ఏదో పాయింట్ ఉంది అని. ఫర్ యూ, లైక్ వాట్ మేడ్ యూ టు సే ఎస్ Kaduva?
Because for a change there is nothing new in it.
Oh, seriously, I didn't expect this answer actually. I was waiting कि something कुछ होगा, कुछ आया, कुछ नया है, ऐसा कुछ सोची थी मैं.
No, the thing is, see, I heard the script in the beginning of 2019. Okay? And the moment I heard the script, the first thing that struck me was, why are we not doing films like these anymore?
Okay.
Because Malayalam.
What do you mean by what kind of film?
Exactly, I'm getting there. So Malayalam now, we are going through a great phase. We are making fantastic films.
Okay.
But we are making very real films. Then we are making very cerebral, intellectual films. Then we are making films with a lot of social relevance like Janaganamana and all that.
Right.
But somewhere I think we let this mass action entertainer genre fade away. And I am not a believer that is an inferior kind of cinema. I love that also as much as I love all these kinds of films.
Right.
So when I heard this, the first thing that struck me was, it's been a long time since I heard something like that, I mean, and I don't remember the last time somebody did something like this in Malayalam. That's in 2019.
Okay.
3 years later in 2022, now a lot of people in Kerala are saying the same thing.
Okay.
Like the most amount of feedback I've got for Kaduva is, oh, thank you, finally, somebody is doing. And then over the past 1.5 years, there's this narrative being formed that if you want to watch an action entertainer, you'll have to watch another language film because Malayalam doesn't do that in Kerala.
Right.
Which is not something I enjoy hearing. So for me, what drew me to this film is that it is in a lot of ways, hopefully the reawakening of a forgotten genre in Malayalam. So don't expect to see an earth-shatteringly shocking plot or a very real, subtle kind of a film. No, this is the popcorn cinema.
Okay.
Yeah, so you grab a big bag of popcorn, go to the theaters to clap,
Enjoy
to
the
hoot,
film.
watch action, watch dialogues, watch mass, and have fun and come. And I'm an actor. I want to do that kind of films also.
Okay.
I don't want to do just the Janaganamanas and just the Kurudis.
Right.
And if you have even vaguely been following my filmography, you will know that I do very, very different things one after the others. Like there was Janaganamana. Before Janaganamana, I did Bro Daddy. Before Bro Daddy, there was Kurudi. So they're all very different films to each other. And Kaduva is entirely different from Janaganamana. And my next film, Gold, will have nothing to do with Kaduva. So
Okay. Then again.
Exactly. So that's what I enjoy doing. Yeah.
Oh, seriously, ఆన్సర్ చాలా ఎక్సైట్ చేస్తుంది నన్ను అయితే యాక్షన్ ఫిలిమ్స్కి కేర్ ఆఫ్ అడ్రస్ లైక్ బాలీవుడ్ అండ్ టాలీవుడ్ ఏదైతే మనకి మలయాళం నుంచి వస్తాయో ఆ ఫిలిమ్స్ అన్ని కూడా మోర్ రియలిస్టిక్గా అండ్ రా ఫిలిమ్స్ ఎక్కువగా అక్కడ నుంచి వస్తాయన్నారు యూ చేంజ్డ్ ఇట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ ఫిలిం.
No, that narrative is very much that warrants to be said because that is a true narrative. Especially in the recent past, I think Malayalam cinema has sort of stayed away from. Maybe the last film that had a reasonable amount of action in Malayalam is Lucifer.
Lucifer, correct.
Yeah, I don't know after that. I'm not sure if I'm missing any film, but after that, I don't think there's been a film where there's been a lot of action in Malayalam. So I know friends of mine outside of cinema. Like I met my old classmates in Dubai this time when I was there.
Okay.
And one of those things they said is, I mean, in Malayalam he said, only thing is if you want to watch like an action film or something, you can't go for a Malayalam film. And I said, why? Because I mean, Malayalam doesn't do that, right? And I'm like, but we used to do a lot of action films. I grew up with the image of being an action hero.
Okay.
Yeah, and suddenly there is no more action films. So that is something that I don't enjoy hearing.
Okay.
And Kaduva is an action film.
Okay.
It is an action film. It's a story set in the 90s.
Okay.
Which is why you see the styling, the design,
Even
aesthetics.
though, the font and
everything is like 90s.
Correct.
Yeah. It's a story that happens in the early 90s in central Kerala. And it's got a lot of action. So it is that in a lot of ways it's throwback. It's that kind of cinema.
Okay.
So which is why I said probably what is new about Kaduva is that there is nothing new about it.
Who approached you first, writer or director?
Writer.
Writer.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. And you tell me, అంటే ఇందులో యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్సెస్ చాలా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి మాకైతే ఈవెన్ భీమ్లా నాయక్లో కూడా లాట్ ఆఫ్ బట్ మీరు ఇందులో ఏమైనా సంయుక్త కూడా ఏమైనా ఉన్న యాక్షన్ సీన్స్ ఓన్లీ రియాక్షన్
ఎంట్రీ కూడా లేదు యాక్షన్ జరుగుతున్నప్పుడు అలాంటి ఎంట్రీ చేసి డైలాగ్ చెప్పడం ఏమీ లేదు.
ఓకే.
జస్ట్
అంటే డిషమ్ మధ్యలో ఆడియన్స్ కి కొంచెం అది కొంచెం మైండ్ సెట్ అవ్వడానికి మళ్ళీ అగైన్ ఆ యాక్షన్ మధ్యలో ఆ బ్యూటిఫుల్ కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది అంతేనా సెట్ చేయడానికి బ్రెయిన్ ని. అండ్ మీరు చెప్పండి మీ రోల్ ఎలా ఉండిపోతుంది?
ఇట్స్ రోల్ నేమ్ ఎల్సా. యాక్చువల్లీ ఏం చెప్పాలి
రోల్ గురించి చెప్పండి.
దే బోత్ ఆర్ ఫైటింగ్. ఓకే, దే హ్యావ్ లాట్. హౌ మెనీ? 5?
I mean, the film I think has some 5 action blocks or something. But
okay,
yeah.
Between you and
No, not between me and Vivek.
Okay.
That you'll have to see the film to find out. But there are multiple action blocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
so
paisa.
Yeah. So
it's ho jayega.
So 5 action blocks. So but in all action blocks you are there.
Yeah.
Why you are counting?
Yeah. See, but I'll tell you because my character name is Elsa. Elsa is married to Kuruvachan, and see Kuruvachan, this picking up fights and
yeah, the thing is at one point this problem that happens between these two men, which then sort of grows to really giant proportions, starts affecting both their families, and then their families start becoming a factor in what is happening between these two men.
Correct.
And at that point the character of Elsa does become significant, because she also becomes party to what is happening to Kuruvachan.
Oh.
And more than anything else, it is difficult to cast for a role like that in Malayalam today. because you're looking at, you know, what we call an achayati, which is like a Christian lady from the early 90s who can pull that look off and still come across as believable. I think like now become the younger unofficial Achayan in Malayalam cinema because because I mean a lot of these characters find their way to me, but it's difficult to cast for the girl because we don't have a lot of options there.
Okay.
And I haven't worked with Samyuktha before, although I've known her for a long time now. So finally we decided we'll go to Samyuktha, and she said yes to it, and we are glad because it's she is very convincing in that. Yeah.
No.
And he is official Achayan in Malayalam cinema actually. I was thinking any of the you know, authentic Achayan.
Yeah, I mean I've played a lot of those characters, I think.
ఓకే కాదు ఒరిజినల్ వర్షన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో భీమ్లా నాయక్ది ఆయన చేయడం జరిగింది, అండ్ భీమ్లా నాయక్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన సినిమాలో మీరు చేయడం జరిగింది, అండ్ అగైన్ మీరిద్దరు కలిసి ఒక సినిమా చేయడం జరిగింది. వెరీ కన్ఫ్యూజన్. ఐ నో.
One time I asked Rana, Kaduva is very good. Just in case, if you want to break the story, consider.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Rana and me having this.
You both are very good friends, kada. So
we know each other, I mean, for a long time.
Okay.
Rana and me having this conversation when you were like, she was shooting this and Bhimla Nayak simultaneously at one point. So she was traveling from this set to Bhimla Nayak.
Oh,
yeah,
very confusing.
Yeah, so Rana and me had this. We had this. Yeah, man. So I told him, man, you know, my wife has left the set because apparently, you know, your wife needs to be there tomorrow morning. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll just, you know, finish my wife's work by afternoon and I'll leave her back so that, you know, your wife can reach me. So,
And you know, there's this thing, Bhimla Nayak lo oka prayer sequence undi kada aa jail lo. So ikkada prayer sequence shoot chesi flight.
oh, really? Same day?
Really. And I was like, you know, there it's different, here it's different. Then I was like, okay, Bhimla Nayak.
అమ్మో, ఇంతకీ ఆ హస్బెండ్కి ఎక్కువ కోపమా ఆ రోల్లో ఇక్కడ? ఓ రియల్ లైఫ్ లో రానా?
You understand? Who's more angry?
no, a character.
I mean characters, yeah.
Of course.
రియల్ లైఫ్ లో ఎవరు స్వీటెస్ట్?
That's a tough
Rana.
question. No,
I can assure you. I can assure you.
I'll tell you. See, Rana is. See, he is to the point.
Okay.
Like.
Do you know Rana?
అయ్యో,
Oh.
So he really is one of the nicest guys.
I know.
Yeah,
అయ్యో.
so
Yeah, maybe. See, Rana supports a lot. I'm not saying that he wouldn't, but Rana is like amazing Samyuktha. I like that. I think Rana just he's like to the point. For some people, it can, you know, look like anger, but yeah.
ఓకే.
Yeah.
సో ఫర్ యూ లైక్ అంటే ఒక పక్క సింగింగ్, యాక్టింగ్, డైరెక్షన్, ఇంకా ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్, సో వాట్ నాట్?
I'm sorry to interrupt. నాకు ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది.
Okay.
అందరూ ఇదే అడుగుతున్నాడు సింగింగ్ గురించి.
పాడమని అడగలేదు.
No. అది కాదు. Have you heard any of his songs?
Don't ask me. అది మలయాళం ఎన్న చాట ఓన్లీ వన్.
see, so if you had heard, you wouldn't call me a singer.
No. అది కాదు. Actually, this. I mean, no, really. ఇది ఒక. I mean, of course, he has sung in movies, but I think actor, director, producer,
like that only. Actor, director, producer, and singer.
and 3
See,
songs.
I mean, the thing is with singing, not 3, I've sang
4.
15-16 songs.
What? You only sang 3. I thought
No, the problem is, see, singing is something that I do without really enjoying it. Whenever I sang a song, it is because music directors have convinced me, no, please, it's your,
And all are
we need your voice for that song, that the character, the song has to start with the character's voice, that the blah, 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 and I'm like, okay. You know? So it's not something I enjoy like acting or directing or producing a film.
But we really love your voice, sir.
Thank you so much.
Texture and everything.
Thank you so much. But the thing is, the voice that you hear of mine when I sing is also got a lot of computer work in it. I'm not. I'm not as good a singer as my songs might lead you to believe. That is the fact of the matter.
had that.
So do you wanna like ఏదైనా కొంచెం జలక్, you wanna hum like
No, I don't.
one line
I really
for us?
don't. If I promise, if I ever sing in a Telugu film, I will sing that song. Okay, which might happen sooner than you know. Who knows? So yeah.
ఓ ఎక్సైటింగ్, చూద్దాం అసలు తొందరలో జరుగుతుందంట, అది ఎలా ఉంటుందో చూద్దాం. అండ్ ఐ రియలీ వాంట్ ఆస్క్ అబౌట్ వివేక్ ఓబెరాయ్.
Yeah.
సో ఏంటి, ఎవరు విలన్? కడువా విలన్ యా వివేక్?
Yeah, again, that is one good thing about how I think Malayalam cinema places the protagonist and the antagonist in the, you know, this film is perfectly legitimate if you want to believe Vivek Oberoi is the hero. Yeah, it's the film will still make sense to you. Of course, the narrative is from my character's perspective. You're going to follow my character and discover the plot through him. So obviously, you will feel like I am the hero and Vivek is a villain. But my take is, if you watch this whole film and then you think, no, I want to be on Vivek's side because he was the one who was wronged. He did what is right. If you want to believe that, that's a perfectly acceptable way to go about perceiving this film.
Okay.
I think that is very good about how Malayalam cinema places the hero and the villain.
Even driving license also.
Ayyappanam Goshim, you know, yeah. And I'm doing another film actually next called Vilayat Buddha.
Okay.
That's also got this chemistry where you think this is a hero, this is a villain, but then halfway through, if suddenly in the interval, the director comes into theater and says, listen, I know all of you are watching thinking he's a hero, he's a villain, but actually this is a villain, this is a hero, the film will still make sense.
You people wanted to, मतलब सबको सोचने के लिए ज़्यादा वक्त देना है.
No, the thing is, see, that's the only way we can compete with you guys.
People wanted to confusing.
we can only compete with content, right? We are a much smaller industry, so
Now, like,
in fact, in that way, I think one of the finest experiments in screenplay writing is Janagana Mana. Because when I first read the script, what really appealed to me is there is a very deep-rooted experimentation in that film, where there is one half of the film which will make you root for one character, which will make you clap for a few things, which will make you support a few characters, and you will clap at a few points. And the next half of the film is basically telling you every reaction you gave in the first half was a mistake. You know? Yeah, so that's a very deep-rooted experimentation in screenplay. So that I.
So మీ ఫిలిమ్స్ లో ఆడియన్స్ కూడా వర్క్ ఉంటుంది చాలా.
Exactly. Yeah.
బ్రెయిన్ కి ఎక్కువ వర్క్ ఉంటుంది. కాంగా పాప్కార్న్ ఒకటి తినడం కాదు.
I'm not saying Kaduva has anything even remotely as intellectualized as a Janaganamana or a Kurudi or something like that. This is more less layered and, you know, more straightforward. But what I meant to say is Vivek Oberoi's character is beyond just being labeled the villain of the film.
Right.
You will know that when you see it, because what kicks off the plot, the problem that happens between the two people, is not essentially his fault. If you look at it from another perspective, maybe the wrongdoer is my character.
Oh, okay.
That it has got that layer to it. So
రైట్, ఓకే. దీంట్లో కూడా ఎక్కడో చోట ఒక సర్ప్రైజింగ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఉందన్నమాట. సో యూ టెల్ మీ, లైక్ బ్యాక్ టు బ్యాక్ ఇది అన్ని లాంగ్వేజెస్లో రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది, తెలుగులో, తమిళ్లో, కన్నడ అండ్ మలయాళంలో. సో అన్ని లాంగ్వేజెస్లో నేర్చేసుకున్నారా మీరు స్పీచ్? తెలుగు మీరు మాట్లాడతారు, అఫ్కోర్స్ ఇవి మలయాళం బాగా మాట్లాడతారు. కన్నడ హిందీ?
I'm not doing a movie in Hindi as of now.
ఓకే. ఓకే,
బట్ ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ తెలుగు నేర్చుకోవడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటంటే సాయిధరం తేజ్ గారితో ఆ మూవీ చేసినప్పుడు సుకుమార్ గారు
అండ్ మీరు త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు కూడా ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్ గా ఆ స్కూల్లో తెలుగు వినబడుతూనే ఉంటుంది. అండ్ దట్ టు అండ్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ తెలుగు. త్రివిక్రమ్ సార్
యాక్చువల్లీ భీమ్లా నాయక్ షూటింగ్ జరిగినప్పుడు త్రివిక్రమ్ సార్ ఆల్వేస్ టాక్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్.
రియలీ? ఓకే.
దాని తర్వాత స్పీచ్ తర్వాత అమ్మ
I have actually never heard Trivikram sir speak in anything other than English. Maybe, yeah, he speaks to me in English obviously, but I think even when I've been in a group with him, I've heard him speak English.
He's very perfect in Telugu actually.
Of course he must be. He's a genius writer. Yeah, he must.
Right.
బట్ డబ్బింగ్ చేసినందుకు చాలా సపోర్ట్ చేశారు, యూ షుడ్ ట్రై అని. బట్ భీమ్లా నాయక్ స్పీచ్ తర్వాత హీ ఆస్క్డ్, మీకు తెలుగు వచ్చా? సార్ నాకు తెలుసు, మీరు ఈ రోజు వరకు మాట్లాడలేదు, సో దట్స్ వై ఐ డిడ్ంట్ రిప్లై ఇన్ తెలుగు.
మీరు స్పీచ్ విన్నారా?
I saw one clip of that speech that you gave on stage for Bhimla Nayak.
Yeah.
Was it audio launch? Was it what?
Yeah, pre-release.
Yeah, I saw that. And I'm like,
oh, itna zyada Telugu.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Can you translate that expression?
Which is, yeah,
see,
basically
different layers for that expression.
That arnilla, ennod arim parnilla.
So, elago meer chepparu, this is like pakka commercial film.
Yeah.
సో అఫ్ కోర్స్ నా దృష్టిలో ఎనీ హిట్ ఫిలిం లైక్ కమర్షియల్ ఫిలిం డెఫినెట్గా, బట్ యూనో సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఫిలిమ్స్కి మ్యూజిక్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
It is.
అండ్ యా బిజాయ్ గురించి.
JX Bijoy. Jakes Bijoy is also done Telugu cinema.
I know.
Yeah.
I met him actually.
I think he's now like become a permanent fixture for my films. Last so many films that I've done, it's Jakes. It's not deliberate. When I'm producing films, I do not although I make suggestions, if my director wants to work with a particular technician, then my responsibility is to get that technician for the director.
Right.
And Jakes is probably the most popular music director in Malayalam industry right now. So most directors who come to me, because they also know that I'm such friends with Jakes, is like, sir, Jakes Bijoy. Okay, Jakes Bijoy.
Oh,
they already came with like, okay, Jakes Bijoy's name.
Jakes I know for a long, long time because years ago, like 17, 18 years ago, Jakes did a music video, music album. And for one main song of the album, they wanted to shoot a music video, which Vineet Srinivasan directed long back. It had Roma, the actress, Malayalam actress, playing the main lead in the music video. And the climax of the music video was that she's meeting a film star. So Vineet had come to me and asked me if I can do that 2-3 shots as Prithviraj, as myself. And I was shooting in Calicut at that time. They were also shooting next to my set. I said, yeah, sure. I know. I went and did that 2-3 shots. But when I did those 2-3 shots, I listened to the song they were shooting. And I asked, who's this guy? There was this new guy called Jakes Bijoy. So right after that, I wanted to take a film to this boy, whoever it is. But I then realized a lot of people had gone to him because that album is a big hit. A lot of people had gone to him to do films, but he didn't. He left to New York to study music. And he studied music, he studied programming, and then he came back and he is what he is today.
Wow. Even Jakes name ఇక్కడ కూడా చాలా బాగా వినపడుతుంది తెలుగు ఇండస్ట్రీలో కూడా. I hope
I know. I think Jakes will be known all over the country very soon.
Right. And సాయి ధరమ్ తేజ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కాకుండా మీరు ఇంకా తెలుగులో నెక్స్ట్ లైనప్ లో ఉన్నాయా సంయుక్త? ఉన్నాయా? సో తొందరలో అంటే ఎనీ ప్రమోషన్ లో మనం
She shifted to Hyderabad. You know that, right? She no longer lives in Kerala.
ఎక్కడ?
I'm not joking. Why are you laughing?
Seriously?
No, I was laughing because morning flight.
ఎక్కడ కొన్నారు ఇల్లు ఫ్లాట్?
Today
బంజారా హిల్స్ ఫ్లైట్.
Today we were in the same flight from Bangalore and we landed and the first thing she said is, home.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, sounds really
Yeah, of course, my people,
మేము కూడా మిమ్మల్ని లైక్ అలానే మేము మిమ్మల్ని చూడడం జరిగింది. అండ్ నవ్ డేస్ లైక్ మలయాళం, తమిళ్, హిందీ, తెలుగు ఇలా లేదు. నవ్ డేస్ లైక్ సినిమా పాన్ ఇండియా సినిమా అయిపోయింది. సో ఫర్ యూ లైక్ ఎలా అనిపిస్తుంది? సౌండ్ ఎలా అనిపిస్తుంది?
Sound ఎలా అనిపిస్తుంది means?
कैसा लग रहा मतलब?
Okay. So the coinage is new. Pan India, the coinage of course is new. But this is something we have all been trying for a long time. What is the essence of it? That we try and make sure our films are seen by a wider audience.
Right.
But what I think the streaming service phenomenon more than anything else has done is that it is slowly making the remake idea a little redundant. I think very soon, in a few years' time, remakes will stop happening. Because you see, tomorrow if a great Bhojpuri film releases and it's a super hit in the Bhojpuri speaking circles,
right,
very soon it will start spreading, oh, there's a film in Bhojpuri, it is amazing,
Okay.
And I think a lot of film lovers will see it on some streaming service, either in Bhojpuri with subtitles or a dubbed version, and then the remake will then become the remake of a very known film. Because of that Bhojpuri director, when he does his next film, will automatically think, hang on, my next film is going to be watched by a lot of people across the country. So let me, let me dub and all that. Like, say for example, I'm already feeling a little bad that I didn't dub for Kaduva Telugu. I couldn't because I was away. I was out of India.
Me too.
Yeah, I was out of India. I mean, I couldn't dub for Tamil and Hindi. Those are two languages I can speak.
కానీ మీరు ఫస్ట్ తెలుగు ఫిల్మ్ కి
It's my own voice. Yeah, it's my own voice. I dub for myself. And I'm a big believer that I don't do other language cinema unless I have it in agreement that I am dubbing. Be it Tamil, be it Hindi. Hindi was all sing sound. Even the Telugu cinema that I have been offered, the first condition I said is, I'm going to dub only if it is really bad, and I'll try.
You're talking about Salah cinema?
Yeah. So I said,
Prabhas Salar. Okay.
So I said, if I'm doing it, I don't know if I'm doing it. Huh? No, I don't know if my dates and all will match. I will know
Sir,
today.
please say yes to them.
I would love to. What are you saying?
Sir, please say yes.
Hello. Wait.
Yeah.
I would love to
waiting,
work.
sir.
I would love to do that film. It's a Prabhas film. It's a Prashant Neel film. It's a home ballet production. Really, there isn't anything to say no to it, right? It is just that I am a professional who believes that if I commit to a project, then that project shouldn't have a problem because of me. It's a big film. Tomorrow, because of me, they shouldn't be stuck, because of me, suddenly Prabhas shouldn't be thinking, now I can't shoot something else because I have to wait for his dates. So I don't want that. So after this interview, I'm going to meet Prashant.
Oh, lovely.
And we will sit across a
Say
table.
yes then.
We will sit across a table and we will see how we can work this out. But the first thing I requested Prashant is this. Prashant, all the languages I will dub. And I will try my best. You want me to come and redub? I will redub. I will do it again. I'll do it again. No problem. That I have the liberty because Salar right now, they're not working to a deadline. It's not like they've already announced a release. There is no perceivable deadline as of now. Because I believe your voice is as much a performance of what people see on screen.
Exactly.
And down the line, I think this pan-India movement that you spoke of will mean that all of us actors will have to make that effort. We'll have to make that effort that people see it and hear it in our own voice. Hopefully from my next films onwards, I will find time and make the effort to try and do that. Telugu, I'm confident of dubbing.
Okay.
Because the one Telugu film I did, I dubbed. And I remember I dub very fast for films. And I remember even the Telugu film, I didn't have a problem dubbing it.
Oh. So, bagunnara, tinnara.
Yeah, I know the
Ela
words.
unnaru.
Yeah, I know those words and all that. Yeah. So,
Eppudu vastunaru?
yeah, now you are pushing it.
No, one last line, sir. One last line. So, నేను మిమ్మల్ని ప్రేమిస్తున్నాను.
That I definitely know. That everybody knows.
No, say it, sir.
I know, yeah.
Say it, sir.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you. Oh, yo. Okay. Thank you. We love you, sir.
Thank you
love
so much.
Yeah. And one last question, like ఎప్పుడు మీరు డైరెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు తెలుగు యాక్టర్స్తో ఎవరితో చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారు చేస్తే చిరంజీవి గారా బాలకృష్ణ గారా లేకపోతే రామ్ చరణ్ ఎవరితో?
So, two very big production houses from Telugu. They have been I was very flattered that they came all the way to Cochin, met me, and one of them has actually made me commit to direct a film for them with there's like anybody you want to work with and all that. So I'm thinking of a subject.
Okay.
Yeah, once I have that at least on a rough level on paper, that will most likely be something that I direct with a Telugu actor, and I'm just going to direct.
No.
So let's see.
Yeah, maybe
Hope for the best.
multi-starrer.
Hope for the best. ఒక పని చేయండి సార్, దెన్ మీరు కూడా ఫ్లైట్ దిగ్గానే ఓ మై హోమ్ అలా feel అవ్వాలని అనుకుంటున్నాను and take one flat here. So stay here. So
He likes shooting in Hyderabad.
Yeah, I like shooting. I like Hyderabad city. I mean, I like the city. I like shooting here because you guys, I think, have a system that is very used to handling big productions and all that. So my last directorial was entirely shot in Hyderabad. Bro Daddy was from start to finish. Whatever you see of Cochin is not Cochin, is Hyderabad.
okay.
So I shot it here, and I had a great time. But yeah, I mean, home is still Kerala. But what I mean to imply is that home shouldn't be Kerala or Hyderabad or Bombay or Chennai for cinema people. Home should be anywhere.
Right, sir. True, I agree. Cinema lovers ఎక్కడ ఉంటే అదే home అవుతుంది definitely.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. I had a great time, seriously, and
Yeah, me too.
lovely meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
And we'll meet again and again. After this,
Yes,
like Kaduva
yes.
success meet, we'll meet again.
Sure.
And thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
and
much.
all the very best. All the
you.
best, Samyuktha. So, విన్నారు కదా, కడువ అతి తొందరలో మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ అలరించడానికి మీ ముందుకు వస్తుంది. మిమ్మల్నే కాదు, మీతో పాటు 5 లాంగ్వేజెస్లో ఈ సినిమా పలకరించబోతుంది అనమాట. అండ్ అఫ్ కోర్స్ సినిమా గురించి చెప్పడం జరిగింది, వెళ్ళి చూసి మీరు హిట్ చేయడమే మిగిలిందనమాట. సో చూడండి అండ్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ హిట్ ఇవ్వండి. దిస్ ఇస్ గీతా భగత్ సైనింగ్ ఆఫ్. టేక్ కేర్.